The brain box, the spot to get you hot, motivated, educated, money generated. The brain box, place to take you higher, get you inspired, keep you lifted, show you gifted. The brain box, place to take you higher, get you inspired, keep you lifted, show you gifted. The brain box, motivated, educated, money generated. The brain box. The brain box. Another way and another tip here is run competitions or giveaways. And another reason why I wanted to do the giveaway with the brain box and partnering up with Five Crew is because I always like to, as much as I can, do what I say and provide to others myself, just so people can see, like, I'm not just telling you these things because I may have read it somewhere and it sounds great, but I'm doing these things to also show people that this too works for me. I tried it, and I may not gain 10,000 new fans right away, but to say the least, my subscribers on the YouTube channel have gone up ever since I started doing the giveaway. And I'm sure they'll continue to go up because people are now engaged in what's going on here with the brain box and the information that's being provided. So I'm sure there's some word of mouth that's going on as well. And the giveaway is not only to help me, but I've partnered up with another brand to also shed light on that particular brand. And it's all about connecting with people. And when you give away merchandise and it's not merchandise of your own, you may partner with somebody that's also helping the next company. And so when you help others, it also tends to come back to you in a different way that you don't even realize it, and everybody continues to grow. So when you run your giveaway, you can do something like offer a free song download. It can be merchandise. If you have an event coming up, it can be tickets. Again, you can partner up with another group or another brand to see, how can you guys work something out. Like, hey, I'll do a giveaway for your merchandise to my fan base, and what do we need to do to make that happen? And that's another great way to build that fan base and get yourself seen and noticed by new individuals. And it's also giving back, because giveaways, I mean, who doesn't like to receive free gifts? And so not only is it putting yourself out there to a new audience, but you're also giving back to the audience or the fan base that you currently have as well. Live shows, live events is another way to reach new fans and connect with the people. Like, social media has provided such a cushion for individuals to feel like they don't have to get out and actually shake hands and connect with the people and talk to the people. But honestly, when you get out and you talk to people and you have performances, or even if you just show up at other gigs and you may not be performing, but it's something that's themed around your genre or your industry, you're putting yourself in a crowd of people that obviously are interested in the same thing that you're doing at that time. So why not show up to different events and not only just shake hands with people because you are performing at the event, but also get to know the people that are attending the events at venues that you may want to perform at, or an expo or a conference or something like that. Like, you have to get out there. You got to talk to people. You got to shake hands. You want to have marketing materials on deck, like a flyer or a card, even t-shirts. Like, I went to South by Southwest one year, and at the time I was managing an artist, I took that artist company's t-shirts with me, and I was literally handing out the t-shirts and taking pictures with people as I handed out the shirts. Like, hey, hold the shirt up for me, take a picture with me. And creating that social media content is also a big thing, and a great way to do so. And like I said, connecting with the people, they love that. When you talk to people, you get out with people, you shake their hands, let them know who you are, what you do. It may not seem to catch everyone's attention, but it's going to get the attention of the people that want to know more about you. And if you present yourself well and you have marketing materials on hand, they're going to be like, whoa, this person was on their stuff. And next thing you know, now you have a new follower. Now you have a new person that's streaming your music, or, you know, added your music to their playlist even. And you go and look at your analytics and you're like, whoa, I went into that zip code and now my music is being played in that zip code, or my music is being played in that city. And so, like I said, get out and connect with the people at shows, or, you know, have a live performance. It's not hard to put together an event. It's not hard to connect with club owners to see about skipping that whole middleman part. And, you know, these promoters out here that put together shows and want to charge you to be a part of the show and things like that. You can do this yourself. You just got to get together the correct team, get some artists together in your city that want to perform, and you guys can collectively work something out and put together a live performance. Another tip is creating good video content. Beyond being on Instagram, as far as the selfies and in your stories, people want to see and know how creative you are. And when you're able to put together creative videos to keep people's attention, and especially with Instagram now allowing you to like put the longer videos, you can create a great video at the beginning. It really catches people's attention, put enough on there to where now they have to go view the rest of the video on your YouTube. And that will help market you and build that fan base, not only on your Instagram, but on your YouTube as well. Creating videos, you want to make sure that you tag them. You want to make sure that you showcase within those videos, you know, some of what inspired you to put the song together. Or you can even do a video and talk about what inspired you creatively as an artist. And you know, like I said, nowadays it's all about digging a little deeper into that creativity, because, you know, we all do the stories. We all go on Instagram Live and walk with the phone, or whatever the case may be, or be in the studio and just got the video looking at the mixing and the mastering or the recording of the song and all this, you know, stuff. I almost said a curse word there, but all this stuff. And so you want to make sure that you are creative with putting together and creating that video content. Another thing you can do is you can disperse your music and your merchandise on the website. You can even disperse and deliver your merchandise in person. When you're building an official website, your brand is another effective way to offer music and merchandise on that particular website. And so I know that I've spoke about this before, and I think the very first episode, but the websites, people have gotten away from doing websites, but the website is what is going to allow you to have your own platform and control your fan base once you build it, because you want to be able to have people click on one central location versus, you know, click on the link here, click on the link there, and then go there, and then now they gotta go to this site and go through your merchandise and maybe other people's merchandise. Because I know that when you don't have your own website, you're using third-party services. Third-party services may not have the exact materials. The printing of the merchandise may not come out exactly as you want it. So if you create your own website, invest in getting your own inventory, finding someone that could possibly print up the merchandise for you, so that way you have hands-on with what your audience is receiving. That is another way to build up your fan base and to keep them in touch with what's going on. Another way to build your fan base is leveraging fans of other artists, leveraging fans of other brands, leveraging fans of venues. A lot of people would think that that's kind of shady and things of that nature, but people do it every day, all day. I mean, you don't think Nike tries to figure out what Adidas or what Puma or what other shoe brands are out there to try to bring in that particular audience to their brand? Absolutely they do. And so with that being said, you want to make sure that you're researching artists, venues, and brands that are similar to yours, and find out where these people are hanging out. Find out if they're interested in what you may have going on, and build with them personally. Hey, how you doing? I see that you might like, this kind of music, or I see that you go to this venue a lot to check out these events. I got an event coming up, or, check out my performances. Same thing with a brand. Hey, I see that you like such and such, or I see that you're interested in this. And so once I don't suggest going to people's page and just following them without letting them know why you're following them. What I'm learning is that on Instagram and even Facebook, along with Twitter, a follow is so generic anymore. Before it was like, oh my god, I got a follower, cool. But now people get followers all day. People get spam followers, people get people that follow them and unfollow them once they follow them back. And I find it more effective when you follow individuals and you greet them. And when I say greet them, I don't mean just going in your DM and being like, hey, check out my music. You want to actually put together a vision on how you want to reach out to people on social media. And so come up with some messages. These messages can be saved in a note or something like that on your phone or on a document on your computer, laptop, whatever. But you want to make it personable. Hey, thanks for the follow, or hey, I just followed your page. I'm a such and such artist out of wherever. This is the type of music that I do. I see that you blah, 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 blah. And boom, try to create a conversation with them within the direct message. And I feel like that will make individuals more open to looking at what you have going on, and don't want to seem so robotic. You definitely want to try to make it real and not spammy like. So me personally, I have tried to follow people back this week alone, and when I go into their direct messages, I start off with a greeting, and then I wait for them to say something back to me. Hi, how you doing? Or hey, and some people may not respond at all because it creeps people out. You don't know what people's experiences have been online, so you just kind of have to be respectful of it. You can't take it personal and let it hurt your feelings, because everyone is not going to respond. But those who do, that's where you get the open invitation to then go on to say what it is, and it's your elevator pitch. And you don't want that elevator pitch to be robotic. You want to seem as real as you are, right? So be yourself, and then make sure that you kind of get straight to the point. Don't be a creep. I want to say that. Don't be a creep. Like, be professional and turn that person from a follower to a fan to a super fan. And so another thing is having that social media presence. You want to analyze your fan base, who they are, what are their interests. Once you know who your fan base is and what their interests are, that can help you then build a strategy and responses that are crucial to keeping the interest of the people. Post regularly, and posting regularly can be hard. I'm not gonna lie. So if you're an individual who is kind of like me, I really am on social media because I know that this is a large part of building a brand and building a business. You come up with different ways and different tactics to try to keep yourself a presence online. So if you got to come up with a calendar where you write out schedules for your posts, do so. If you got to set an alarm on your phone, do so. If you need to use social media automated systems, do so. If you need to hire somebody to keep that social media presence, to help keep that social media presence going for you, please do so. Don't be afraid to invest in assistance, or they have Fiverr out there with individuals who provide this as a freelance service where they will keep your social media active for you. Again, you just cannot be afraid to spend that money on something else other than a pair of Jordans or studio time, or the pair of jeans, and all those things, because at the end of the day, the point is to build for longevity. So if you make those sacrifices and put into investing in individuals that can help you build your brand and build your business, then you'll be able to purchase those things that you want to purchase at that moment. But sometimes we all have to make those sacrifices, including myself. You want to post a variety of content where your fans won't just get bored with, oh my God, all they do is post their music all day. Oh my God, all they do is post pictures of themselves. It all really depends on what industry you're in. It's very important that you provide, I would say interactive posts where you might ask a question or something like that. People love motivation posts. People love educational posts. You may be an artist who learned something a week ago that helped you. You can then turn that pointer or that tip or whatever information you learned and turn it into something that's a post for yourself now, and put it out there. It's nothing wrong with being an artist and being able to educate people within your own industry. Share the knowledge. Don't be afraid to share what it is that you learn. That's great content, and people will respect you more for that. Be sure to show your personality. Give bits and pieces of who you are, what you like to do, what your interests are, and try to keep it positive. I know, we're coming up in a different time now, and I still be trying to figure out why everybody want to stick their middle finger up in their picture. I mean, is that all the personality that you have? I really hope not. So try to show a little bit more personality than giving the middle finger. We all know that everybody can give the middle finger, but I'm almost sure people have more personality than that. You want to make sure that you optimize your social media profiles. And when I say that, people are more likely going to look for you based on the artist name, brand name that you use, stage name that you use. So you want to make sure that you clean up your social media pages to where all of the platforms that you're on have the same uniform handle. So if you are the artist USA, you want to make sure that every single platform you use says the artist USA. And the reason why that's important is because there could be someone out there who has a similar performance brand or stage name as you. And so when you keep it clean across the board, it does help optimize those searches, as well as making sure that individuals locate the proper individual that they want to search for. So that's another way to make sure that you increase your fan base. You want to make sure that when you have fans who share or talk about your music, your brand, your performances, or what have you, you want to make sure that you spread that love and share that content back to your audience as well. So it shows a little fan appreciation. It lets your fans know that you actually care about, their participation and them supporting you. and what you have going on. And that does go a long way, because especially nowadays, people want to see themselves being mentioned, or people want to see themselves in merchandise, or they want to see that, they want others to see that they're engaged in what you have going on, and supporting the individuals that they like. And so, last but not least, which is very important, interact with your fans. If people come on your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, and they say something to you, they like it, there's nothing wrong with actually. I've seen this very effective work for a lot of artists, but I've seen people on their Facebook like pages or their Facebook page, for every person that liked their post, they actually went through and in the comments directly at those individuals and say, hey, good morning, thank you for checking out my post today, or thank you for liking my post, or hey, I'm glad you like that. And same thing for Instagram. I've seen people individually go and speak to every person that may have liked their post. And I know that can get time consuming, but not only does that increase your algorithms on these different platforms, but it also increases the engagement that you have with your fans and your fan base, which then in turns will bring you new audience, because people love to support individuals that take pride in those who are listening and paying attention to what they have going on. So those are my tips in regards to building a fan base, or reeling in those new fans as well, or new audiences. And so I hope this episode was helpful to somebody out there. And if you have any questions, or is there something that you would like for me to talk about here on the Brain Box, please don't hesitate to leave that in the comments. You can also contact GetLiftedEntertainment.com's website, fill out the contact tab information there, and I'll do my best to get the knowledge and the answers to you to the best of my ability. And as always, thank you for tuning in to the Brain Box. I hope to see you here on the platform next time.